I'd like to call this meeting to order, the Geneva Historic Preservation Commission for Tuesday, September 16th, 2025. First item on our agenda is roll call.
Zelmer.
Here.
Tobler.
Here.
Jensen.
Here.
McManus.
Here.
Phillips.
Here.
Solomon. Reby.
Here.
We have a quorum. Okay. The next item is the approval meeting minutes from August 19th, 2025. Any changes or
No.
additions? If not, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
And,
I'll second it.
okay, call the roll.
Zelmer.
Aye.
Tobler.
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
McManus.
Aye.
Phillips.
Aye.
Reby.
Aye.
You would abstain, I think.
Oh, yeah, you would abstain.
Abstain.
Okay, I abstain.
Okay. With that, motion passes. And then next item on our agenda is 102, 112 South 2nd Street. Take it away, Jesse.
All right. I am going to try and do this from this spot here. Okay, just a brief intro, and then I'll let the applicant take it away. This is a permit review for security lighting. The applicant/owner is Kevin O'Neill. The property is at the corner of James Street and 2nd Street, so it's right near this place. It's a church. So the original church was first constructed in 1843. Then there was a clapboard vestibule added in 1874. A separate pioneer house was constructed, very nearby, it's not connected, but it was constructed in 1893. In addition to the west elevation of the church was added in 1955. And then in addition, connecting the pioneer house and the sanctuary was constructed in 1989. And there was an exterior restoration in 2004. Get some of the old pictures there. Then there is the permit history. 2018, there was a re-roof, same for 2019. 2020, there was a concrete stoop replacement. 2024, a window replacement, door replacement, if I'm not mistaken. That's also in conjunction with this from a safety standpoint. And 2025, a door replacement at the Pioneer House. And this here is an old, Emily was telling me about this, it's an old drawing from, I think she said the 30s. It's just kind of interesting. Anyone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she said it's from the 30s, back when the U.S. was trying to promote jobs because it was a Great Depression. Mm-hmm. So they would hire architects to draw out what old buildings looked like at the time so they could have it as a record. So that was kind of neat. Mm. Yeah. This is the site and the proposed lighting site plan there. So you can see where those are located a little bit. I'm going to gloss over these next few ones so that the applicant can explain it in their own words a bit. But I'll show you the outside conditions as they are right now. And then this is the lighting right now, so you can tell it's pretty dark. Then there's a proposal here. This kind of gets into the nitty-gritty of the different sides of things. So I can explain this because this might be a little confusing. From left to right, starting from the top, it's the 1843 sanctuary, top left picture, and then top right picture, also the 1843 sanctuary, and then it goes down one row. On the left, 1885 Pioneer House. In the middle right it starts in 1956, and then the 1989 editions kind of split down the middle on the same wall. And then all the way at the bottom left, 1885 Pioneer House, middle, bottom, 1889 edition, and then again, the 89 edition. We have some proposals for lighting on the Pioneer House and the 89 edition. This is an example of what the lights on the sanctuary will look like. Not on the sanctuary, because they're not on the building. They're on the ground, shining up. So they got one model to show. On the left here, like as I'm going through it, sorry. On the left here, they are, to be clear, they're AI images, but they were approved by the potential lighting contractor to show what the different types of setups could look like. So there's two different ways that the lights on the ground could shine up, and those are the two examples, either in the French drain or outside of it. And then to the right, there are different lights, and those are hanging on the top there. So if you guys want to come up, there is a clicker up there, or a red light that you can use, or I can move around for you, whatever you want.
So I think we're supposed to introduce
Yes.
ourselves.
Yes.
My name is Kevin O'Neill, and I'm with the Unitarian Universalist Society of Geneva, and my project partner is here.
My name's Jeff Stivel.
Do you need any more from us on that?
I guess what we would want to know is, I guess you have, the sanctuary will all be on the ground, right? That-
Correct.
Yeah, and I think, that is removable also, so I'm not sure that any of us would have big issue with that specific portion of it, but I'll let the commission answer that question. But in the other areas, you do have exposed conduit that's going to be added and exposed wall pack light fixtures added, and that's specifically on the 1956 or 55 edition and the 1989 edition.
Yes. Yes.
And do you have a picture of what the wall pack would look like?
I do.
Not in the packet? that
Not
we-
in the packet, no.
Okay,
No.
okay. And what color would it be? I guess that would be another question.
We have a choice between black and white, so we were going to go with the white.
Sure.
Um,
Okay.
But they're more angled downwards than those icons that we used in our map.
Okay,
And they in fact have a 20-degree plus minus adjustment, so that if we want to make them tighter to the wall or farther out on the ground, we can do that.
okay. So it has quite a cutoff. It doesn't leak up at all?
Correct.
Okay, okay. And then on the conduit itself that's going to be on the wall, I assume that you're going to paint that? It's galvanized, I would imagine?
Correct.
And painted
Yes,
to match the wall itself?
right.
It's regular EMT conduit, and it's be right up by the drip edge and the soffit,
Okay,
or right underneath the gutter.
okay. So it'll be pretty hidden, actually?
Correct.
Right.
Okay. On the other areas of the lighting that you're doing,
What do you want?
those are just spotlights on the Pioneer House, the ones that are, those are wall mounted though, correct?
There, well, so, do I know how to make this work? That's the question, right?
Yeah.
Oops, no, that does that. How do I do the pointer?
Be a
Well-
red dot,
I'm sorry?
a red dot button, or no?
There you go.
Oh, okay.
That one.
That one.
Little dot.
How come I can't see it?
It's at the bottom.
The bottom.
There you go.
Oh, there it is. So this one,
There it is.
this one here already exists. So this one
Okay.
is just a retrofit. We're going to change it out and make it an LED.
Okay,
This one here is the addition, and there would be conduit at the base of the building and up the side, up that edge, and then the new fixture would be placed there. This is, for us, this is one of the most important parts of the lighting project. There is no light back here at the back porch, and from a safety and security perspective, it's one of our greatest needs.
okay, and then the last part are the porch lights, which are actually in this soffits, is that correct?
They're mounted to the underneath of the
Underneath the
porches, and it would just be a replacement.
Yeah.
Okay, it already exists,
They
you're
have-
just replacing it.
So the conduit and the light exists there, it's just a light bulb there, over here, and then over here it's a floodlight. They're gonna be vandal-proof fixtures that RAB manufactures, so it'll be much more secure than just having a light bulb hanging down.
Sure.
And then this one over here, there's a light in that stoop porch area, and that will be replaced with one of the vandal-proof ones as well.
You don't happen to have a cut sheet on that light fixture?
I do, I can provide you all of that. I didn't bring it with me. I didn't know we were going into that
No,
detail.
I would, yeah, I don't know whether it's gonna make a difference or not, but,
No.
We sent it to
Not with me.
Emily.
okay.
Yeah, Emily did get the design from the lighting designer and has all the spec sheets for the fixtures.
Okay. Okay, does anyone have any
Yeah,
question?
so I don't even have a question. I'm just gonna go, because I just read this whole thing the other day and just kind of ran through it. And the first thing I thought was, it doesn't seem to be impeding on anything that's historic. It is something that is obviously necessary. And, obviously, the ground-mounted lighting is inconsequential. The ones that are, up near the soffit line are appropriate, and you're going to, paint them to make it go away, but it's still there. And honestly, some of those lighting renderings almost made the architecture look more enhanced. It really was enhancing the structure, and I think it would be not just a security thing for you, but also just a nice added feature.
Right.
Is there a Christmas function to some of those where you can, I thought I saw like a red and green
So
part
this-
of the rendering that,
We are choosing this particular light fixture because of its versatility.
yeah,
And kind of as a bonus, on the other side, it has color.
Yeah.
But that wasn't our
Oh.
main objective, but we can't find another fixture has the versatility in terms of the spread of the light,
yeah,
making it wider or narrower, the dimming capability, and also the K-value capability. It does
Right.
all those. It's incredibly versatile, and then there's color.
and so it's not going to be those colors year-round though?
No,
No,
Yeah,
no,
okay.
no.
Just-
It'd be like holiday lighting,
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, I think it's very appropriate, I have no problems.
I don't have any problems either. I think it's great, and unfortunately, we have to take all those extra safeguards and security these days, so thanks for doing that. I do have a question about the Pioneer House. Is that Amasa White, who was one of the founders of your church, did his family ever live in that home, do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, I don't know. I'd have to go back to our heritage team to find out. I don't know.
That was my only thing. I'm doing a lot of research on Amasa White, and I heard that his daughter or somebody lived in that home, so I thought I would check, but
I mean,
I'm fine with everything that you.
I could give you the email address of our heritage team. They might be able to find
Okay.
out for you if you wish. Sure.
So thank you for taking care of that church and doing, what's right and coming before the HBC, so that's very much appreciated, so thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
My question regards the letter from SHPO that you received about the lighting, and I just had a question about how the downlights on the 1956 edition were going to be mounted, and would they comply with what the SHPO letter required?
Well, in that particular case, it'd be mounted at the mortar joints that are
Okay.
there. I mean, that would be our objective.
Okay. And then I noticed on the rendering here in the bottom right corner, and on the, I think you had a photometric map also that maybe we don't have a slide of, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of light on the front vestibule and the door at the 1956 edition. Is that, do you feel that the lighting at those two locations is adequate as it stands?
Well, it's going to, yes, we do. And if you were to look at one of the actual photos of the sanctuary, you can see the light there on the bottom left over the front door of the sanctuary. I don't know if my camera enhanced it or not, but we do have that light. Those, I don't know when those fixtures were put in, but we would consider them vintage, and we wouldn't want to do any changes with
It
that.
just seemed like on the photometric map that was
Oh, on the photometric map, our
blind
designer,
spots.
our designer did not have that.
She didn't take into consideration that.
Oh, she did not put that on there,
She just put
okay.
the new,
That's why,
the new lights on.
okay.
She didn't take into consideration the existing one.
So that map just shows the new things that you're
Correct.
proposing to do, okay.
Correct.
Thank you. Does it matter to you, one way or the other, whether the uplighting on the sanctuary is in the French drain or outside the French drain? That doesn't have any,
Yes, no, maybe. I mean, I think our first choice is in the French drain.
okay?
One of the reasons is it's out of the way. We have volunteer landscapers and gardeners, and having it on the other side of the retaining wall in the shrubs is just going to be in their way. If we can get it into the French drain, it's more out of the way and I think-
Easier installed maybe and removed if ever you needed to
Correct.
do that.
And it gets the lights closer to the wall, which is good for the way it projects.
Okay, thanks.
Any questions or comments?
No questions, I guess, in my growing knowledge of this, as you're reviewing the materials, it says that, throughout, no historic materials are going to be removed, and I think what Commissioner McManus said, I echo a lot of that, so I have no further questions.
Andrew?
Nope, I agree with everything you said, so it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it seems pretty straightforward to us, to me too, and it seems like the areas that are affected are taken care of, and then the areas, a lot of it is removable, which is good, so.
Yep,
I
I can make a motion.
Can you
Yeah,
get a motion to approve?
So I move to approve the application for security lighting at 102 to 112 South Second Street.
Second.
Call the roll.
Zelmer,
Aye.
Tobler,
Aye.
Jensen,
Aye.
McManus,
Aye.
Phillips,
Aye.
Reeby.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming in.
Great. I will approve this for you guys.
Okay. The next item on our agenda is 514 James Street, a rear deck. Do we have?
I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
see.
I do
I
not
don't see our,
I do not see him either.
I don't see our, well, we'll table that one, and if they show up, we'll talk about it, but
All
if
right.
not, we'll move on. Okay, the next item is 127 South Second Street. You could take it away, Jesse?
Sure thing, yeah. So it's right there, corner of Second Street and Campbell Street. The property, or the house was constructed in 1916. There were alterations to the property in 1952, and then the property use changed to commercial in 1988. So pictures there. There's permit history, so 2002, there was a re-roof, 2008, re-roof, 2012, replacement of front walk or front steps and walk, in 2013, a fire restoration, and then most recently, in 2025, an interior demolition. This is the site currently. Here's some outside pictures. It was recently painted, so if it looks different than how you may be familiar with it, that is why. This is the proposal. See here, there's multiple elements to this proposal, including a fence, patio, driveway, to say the least. I'll let the applicant describe a little bit more about this part here. One of the elements is opening up the front porch and enclosing the rear one. Rear porch closure there. So for the front porch, included in their, what was it? Interior demolition permit, they included removing the, so if you look at the top left photo, there was, until recently, a front door that was not historic, and then a window on the side of that was not historic. That was intended to be included in the interior demolition permit, but there was an oversight, so it wasn't included in that, so we didn't see it. So it didn't come before Emily or I for us, or the building department didn't flag it to go to HPC review. It would have been flagged, and then you would have talked about it, but that's not the case. So they were removed by the applicant already. So that's why in the white house picture on the bottom, you see not the front door, there's still a front door, but now you walk in, the porch is more open, and that window you can't see is removed as well on the left. So that kind of explains that. They're also proposing changing the roof. The roof over the porch, they propose it to be metal, top is still asphalt. Some new windows on the enclosed porch. They like to replace or remove a current window and replace it with an existing window elsewhere in the house, but it's larger than the existing opening. Some side door changes. They want to add a fence, patio lights. And then this is sort of an overview for our reference here of the different elements and kind of where they are in the process. So the administrative approval that was already approved, top right, is the driveway repaving, like for like, and the patio at grade. Per our matrix, those are administrative approvals, so they came before Emily and she approved them. Exempt was the new paint. Then to your guys' review, the fence, and then the addition and rehab. So that includes the rear porch enclosure and the new windows, the partial front porch opening, which has been partially completed, including new door, residing and entry, additional muntins at the front windows and other windows, roof replacement, side door replacements, window replacement, entry lights. And I believe that that is it.
Good evening.
Good evening. Could you?
My name is John. Last name is Bush, B-U-S-H.
Great, thank you. Welcome.
Thank you. Where would you like me to start? First, let me apologize. We removed a commercial door that was at the front entrance. It enclosed part of the front patio, and we removed a commercial window. In all honesty, when I submitted the demolition permit, that should have been on there and it was not. Our intent is to leave that porch open, to have a wood door more consistent with the original as the house would have been when it was built. With respect to all of the windows at the house, our intent, one of the drawings for the enclosure of the back porch shows 4 windows with grid panels throughout the window. That's incorrect. The grid panels on all of the windows will match the existing windows. So these new windows at the back of the home would match the existing windows that are there already. The one window we're proposing to remove.
I'm sorry, could you?
Sure.
Those 4 windows on the back, are they operable windows or are
No,
they
those are picture windows.
Okay.
Those would be non-operable.
non-operable?
The
but-
2 on the side are also new, and those would be double hung windows.
Okay,
But the grid pattern on the ones in the back are as drawn, or they're
No.
going to be, what, 8/1, or?
They would be as, if you look to the screen to the left, the slide to the left, that's how the existing windows are. That's how all the windows will be.
so there'll be a strong button down the middle?
So this is how the existing
Yeah.
buttons are, and these grid panels will match this. This is incorrect.
Okay, so there'll be a strong button down the middle and then buttons
The
above?
grid's above,
Grids above and
Nothing below.
nothing below.
correct.
So it'd be 10/1 in those cases, is that?
Yeah, 8/1. Or is it 8? It's 8/1.
Yeah.
I guess for the larger
Okay,
windows.
so they're shown
10/1.
there as, there's 5 in a row.
Correct.
but You're saying they're going to be 8 in a row.
Correct.
Gotcha, thank you.
With respect to one of the windows that we would like to remove and replace with an existing window, it currently is at the back of the home, so it faces the commercial property to the east. I don't believe this portion of the home is original. It's currently used as a mudroom, rear access or entry to the home. The window that is there is depicted in this upper slide. For you on this side, you can see over here. The window is deteriorated, doesn't operate, and so our proposal is to remove it and replace it with one of the windows that will be taken from the second floor of the home, an existing window, and place it in its place. With respect to the metal roof, I certainly understand that there might be concern that this would create a false sense of historic development. Our goal is to have the home as close to what it was when it was originally built. I'd like to point out that I think the use of a metal roof and it's just over this first floor front facade of the home, would be consistent with the prairie style which this home is. Frank Lloyd Wright used metal roofs in many of his projects. So, for example, you have the Grumman House. The Meyer Max House in Grand Rapids, Michigan is probably one of his most prominent prairie-style homes that used metal roofing extensively. He also then used metal roofing at some of his later projects that he developed in the 1950s. But the Mayer May House was from the early 1900s, 1909, and used metal roofing extensively. So I don't think the metal roofing would falsely create any sense of historical development. I think it's consistent with the style of home. I can't tell you that this home at any point had metal roofing. Emily and I both went through photos and historical archives and permits and any materials we could find, and nothing referenced the roofing material used on this home. So I can't tell you it ever had metal roofing. I also can't tell you with certainty that it didn't have metal roofing. Frank Lloyd Wright, in addition to metal, used other materials for roofing. He was a proponent of using materials that complemented the structure of the home, and metal roofing does do that in this case with respect to the horizontal lines of the prairie-style home.
What made you want to do, outside of that, what made you decide?
It's certainly not cost. Metal roofing is more expensive.
Yeah.
Aesthetically, it's much more pleasing. It provides, at that lower roof level, you're going to have runoff.
You don't have to sell it to me. It's fine. I just was wondering
Certainly.
how you landed there.
Yeah, it's aesthetic is primarily the reason.
Yeah, okay.
With respect to the materials we're using for the enclosure of the back porch, board and batten, it would be painted black. The idea is to have it marry into the home as it currently exists. Again, that's on the part of the house that faces east to the commercial property behind us. Regarding the fencing, in the packet of materials, it indicated 4 feet at the front. That's in error. It's 42 inches, so 3.5 feet, not 4 feet. In addition, primarily where we're looking to construct the fencing would be on the east side of the existing driveway. The home backs up to the commercial property on Campbell. That would provide a degree of privacy to this property now as a single-family home. The other portions of the fencing along the front at 42 inches just provides a little bit of separation from the street itself and a more sensible use of the yard.
Would the part on the north face be 6 foot or 42 inches?
So we're actually contemplating not putting any fencing there.
Oh, okay.
Our neighbor to the north has done what I think is a very good job with his landscaping. It's very aesthetically pleasing. And so really, and that home is vacant. It's used quasi as an office space. I've met the owner, who's very pleasant. I think I see people there maybe once every 3 or 4 weeks. So a fence on that portion of the yard isn't really a priority. I guess if we needed to, we could always come back if we wanted to construct the fence there. But at this point, I don't think we intend to do so.
I think just in the effort of efficiency, we should just take this one topic at a time. I feel a little overwhelmed right now.
Yeah, I think, let's start with the, I think maybe the porch to start with.
The rear porch.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think
that's a
we
good
should
spot.
go in order of the case study where Emily listed all of the
Yeah, there
components
was
that
a-
we should be analyzing, and
Yeah,
I
there was
think we
that
should
slide.
focus on that. And the first one is the enclosure of the existing rear porch.
Okay.
So I think we should address that first. But
Okay.
before we do that, I just
Yes.
want to say thank you for buying this house, because I did have the opportunity to look at it before you bought it. So thank you for doing that. I
Thank
mean,
you.
there are so many historical properties in Geneva that are currently being torn down. So I appreciate you buying the house and taking care of it and restoring it back to its original purpose. So thank you
Certainly.
upfront for doing that and not coming in and saying you want to tear it down. So thank you for that.
Would never be our intent.
So the rear porch that is existing is something that is not historic and is something that I don't think this commission, and I'm not speaking for anybody, but I don't feel like it's something that we would object to it being removed and being replaced with something else. Does that seem like a fair assessment?
I think that would be fair.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it's not really a replacing, it is an addition to the rear.
Exactly.
And I
So-
think that's a more specific,
And then we can call it an addition and then apply addition qualities to it as it
Correct.
relates to the district. Meaning that, what do we think? We want additions to not, dwarf or minimize historic features. We want it to look like it belongs, all those kind of things that we would normally consider. The fact that its massing isn't, overwhelming the rest of the original structure. And I feel like for that, I don't have a lot of objection. The materials being used on it,
They've all been okayed, especially the windows. I mean, they're suitable quality material for the district. The siding is vertical siding proposed for additions of that type, so.
and I do recognize that there's a material change. You can kind of tell where the addition starts and where the original building was, so I think that meets the requirement that we have.
yeah.
And I think the windows are appropriate. Aesthetically, I would look at the rear windows, the picture windows, to see how you would detail those out a little better. But again, it's an addition window, and you can see that it's an addition window. I don't
Right.
think that I'm not sure I have a whole lot of opinion about that, and I don't know whether anyone in the commission would have a whole lot of opinion about that. So as an addition, does anyone have any other comments about the addition portion of this?
I'm glad the windows are going to be as shown on the left side there instead of what was shown on the drawing. I think that's more appropriate.
Yeah,
I don't have any problem with the board and batten on the addition, because that definitely makes a distinction between the historic building and the addition. And on the mudroom, that's going to have, or you're going to maintain the vertical siding that's on the mudroom, or is that going to get board and batten?
It will have board and batten as well.
Okay,
and that
because
that
that's
is,
kind of different than what's in the drawing, right?
That's the existing, that vertical paneling, so to speak. That area sticks out from the home, so it's not original, whereas if
Right.
it was, it would have been brick, I would have assumed.
So you're going to do board and batten there also,
Correct.
along with the addition?
Yes.
and I think at that point, we're kind of beyond our scope of what we
Yeah,
would
and that's in the
be looking
rear,
at.
and
Yeah.
I just wanted to get
Yeah.
clarification, because it is different in the drawing than I think
Yeah.
it's shown. So are you going to do anything with the window that's going to be taken out? Got to find any spot for that, or is it not even worth?
We can always donate it to a good home.
Okay.
The framing of it is, the window is never weather sealed, so the framing is quite mildewy and rotted throughout. The glass panes are in good shape, as is the lead in between it. So we'll donate it to a good home or refinish it.
Yeah. Okay,
Yep.
all right, so what's item 2 on our list?
Partial opening of the front porch. Removal of non-original commercial window and non-original commercial door, and you are adding the muttons.
We're adding the grid panels to the front windows that currently have none.
So the windows that are there right now are remaining, you're just be adding buttons to them?
Correct.
Okay.
So there's no profile of what the buttons are? Are they going to match the profile?
They're gonna
of the
match
buttons?
the other
They'll
one.
match so this image in the center depicts what the buttons would look like dimension-wise. The center window's a little wider. The buttons would, they're gonna match the windows that you see on the second floor of the home that are currently existing. The intent was to draw from the existing windows that do not need replacement. Some have to be refurbished and sanded down, and the weights need to be fixed. But to match the aesthetic and the appearance of those windows, that's what we're trying to do with the commercial windows on the first floor.
Because what is the profile of the muttons on the second floor? Is it just a square, a rectangular mutton, or does it have a profile?
No, it's just a square rectangular
Okay.
mutton.
So what is the window? Is it just one piece of glass? Is it double?
There are
pane?
three commercial windows there at the front and one which would be on the south side of the home as well.
So
It
muttons
should-
would just be on the outside of the window,
They would be on the inside.
on the
On the
inside?
inside. And they would be black to match those above.
And the ones above are just on the inside, or are they?
Yes, they're on the inside.
Those are replacement windows then, they're not original to the house, or are they original?
On the second story?
Yeah, we're trying to,
You're trying to figure out,
what, are they in the?
There
are those original windows up
There
there?
are some storm windows that are original. The other windows, I don't think are original.
Yeah, if they don't have the
If
buttons
they're
on the outside.
then they're definitely not, if they're
Yeah.
not if they're a simulated divided light as opposed to a true divided light,
Yeah.
they're not original.
Exactly.
So, but the window we're looking at, is that, it's hard to see, the verticals are gonna stay the same? Are the verticals there right now?
So I know it's hard to see, there's three separate panes. So there's a vertical here
Yeah,
and a vertical here. And so those would remain, and then the upper grid panel would be installed.
okay,
So he shows 4 verticals, there's only 2.
okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But
Current
but
today.
actually I think it'd look better with 2 verticals
Right.
than 4. I think that it's a little, but are you?
The directions to our architect, we're leaving the windows, add the upper grid panel. We never said add additional verticals.
Okay, so I think it'll actually look better without the additional verticals.
Yeah.
Because I was a little
Yeah,
confused.
we're not
by it.
adding additional verticals.
Okay,
Yeah, because it looks like the pacing is a little off.
yeah, it
Right.
does,
Yeah.
it does. And I know that it's not gonna be exact anyway, but it looks different that way.
So that's the very far left and the very far right vertical isn't going to be there.
Correct.
It'll be like 3 equal
Yeah.
Yes.
sections.
Do you have a issue with that?
No, personally, I wish you would have thought
Drawn
about
that, yeah.
opening that entire porch up and taking those windows out, making it a porch again.
The problem
Is that
with
a
that is it
personal
takes away
preference?
from the square footage and livable
I was just
space.
No, I
gonna
understand,
say,
and, I
That's
guess,
interior space right there.
Well, you're taking out the existing commercial door, are you putting that 3/4 glass wood entry door at where the commercial door was, or it's going behind it?
Going behind it, so it would go where, back in here where that existing door is. So the opening would look as such when it's
Yeah,
completed.
okay.
So
So
you're
you would have an
stepping
open
onto
porch.
a porch.
Okay,
Correct.
And then walk into the door.
You have a wall, I see now, there's an existing wall on the side
Correct.
that it created a vestibule, you're taking the vestibule away, basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that,
And that wall in the vestibule there that's got some type of paneling, or what is that
So
currently?
which would be to your right.
Right,
It does, it has like a wood panel similar to what you have here on the front of where you're sitting.
okay.
It's not very attractive.
so that's coming out?
So the intent would be to refinish it.
Okay.
So to return it more to a natural, it's like a maple color, so more to that. So we would leave it but refinish it.
Is that considered, it's now an exterior wall? Is it insulated in any
It is
way?
insulated, but it's going to have additional insulation added.
Okay. It's probably a cold area of the house anyway.
And there was a gap between that area and living space that was never
Completely insulated.
framed, insulated, or finished off.
Okay.
I mean, normally we wouldn't, we wouldn't recommend adding muttons like that, but I think in this case, it's such an improvement to those rather ugly commercial windows that I think it's, in my
Inappropriate,
opinion, it's
maybe?
more appropriate.
Nothing's ugly, it's inappropriate.
Right. Different.
I agree, they're ugly.
But, yeah, I think, understanding now what you're after, I think I don't have a problem with, and on the side, you'd be doing the same, is that just one pane on the side?
This here,
Yeah,
or here,
yeah, that.
yes, it's one pane. So we
So-
would add the upper grid panel to it as
And
well.
that's it,
Correct.
okay.
And you said the front door work has already been done.
The commercial door, you can see in this screen, or this slide here,
Yeah,
this was where the commercial door was
Right.
located, and this was another commercial window.
right. But you haven't replaced the entry door.
We have not.
Okay, gotcha.
Is that an original door, do you know?
I don't know.
Does it, do you have I mean, I'd like to see a picture of it a little better.
I actually saw the house before you purchased it, and I would say it's not original.
Yeah.
And the difficulty with it is they've added commercial locks, removed them, they've tried to plug the door. I've done it at other historic homes where we've taken the doors off and refinished them completely and put them back on. If we could do that here, if there were details to the door that would have justified it, we would have. But when they commercialized the property, throughout the entire home, anything that may have been there was destroyed or removed. Original hardwood flooring was missing, no hardwood trim, it was all gone.
Okay.
So what's your feeling of the front door, moving on to kind of the next item there?
I'm okay with the front door.
Yeah,
I
I mean, it-
gathered that it was something
It,
historic.
yeah, as long as it's not historic,
Yeah.
yeah,
And I feel like the selection in its place is appropriate.
yeah.
It's pretty, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
That's personal preference.
So we've gone through the, the porch,
The next one is the roof.
Yeah, can we jump over that one and
The
go?
roof replaced, yeah, that's probably going to be the most trickiest, just to give you a heads up on that one.
Yeah, what's under the roof?
2 doors on north side, replaced, not original.
on the north side, is
Two
that
doors
even
on north
in
Is
side.
our,
that visible?
is that
Supposed to be
even,
replaced.
So one,
Yeah, it's
that is
visible.
on the north side, and there's another door on the north side which comes out of the mudroom.
yeah, I think the one on the mudroom would not even be in our purview because it's actually back behind after the break of the house.
Yeah. Is
And
that the door right there?
That is not the door, that's what we're proposing to put in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's pretty, I like that too, personally.
I like that.
The existing door is not original.
okay. I think if it's not original, I don't have an issue with it.
Yeah,
Just for the staffs, we'd like to see more specific pictures of what they're taking out,
yeah,
because it's really difficult to make a decision if we don't know what's coming out.
yeah, and I think even though we might be considering something that is not historic, we still need to see it.
See that it's
Yeah,
not historic,
Just so we
yeah.
know.
And the door sizes are the same? You're not going to be
We're not
increasing or
changing the
changing
size.
the opening?
Yeah, because it's a masonry opening, right?
Correct.
Yeah. And it's probably a relatively, looks like
It's very narrow.
that looks like it's quite a narrow one.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
okay.
I mean, that's almost not part, I mean, I think you can see it because of the open lot more than anything else.
Yeah.
But I don't see an issue with that. Anybody else have an issue?
No, actually.
No.
And then, okay, so we've got what's the next on the
The
list?
one is one window on the rear. Replacement would be salvaged from the rear.
I think that's kind of, again,
Again, yeah, it's out
yeah,
of
it's
view.
kind of out of our purview
It
because
is.
you don't see it from it is on the backside of the house and,
Okay. The next one, oh, sorry.
go ahead.
4 windows added on the porch enclosure, either wood or aluminum clad from Marvin. Will match the existing windows.
I think we spoke about
talked
those
about that
during
already. Yeah.
when we were talking about the addition itself.
Yeah,
So do
we
you
come
want
back to
to?
the roof?
Fence. We're gonna
Yeah.
Talk about
Yeah.
the fence.
Let's talk about the 42-inch high fence.
Okay.
Well, I want to know what the material is first.
It's a wooden fence.
Okay.
It's cedar, probably painted
Correct.
black.
Painted black.
Okay. I don't have an issue
Have
with
we
the
ever
black.
voted on a fence before?
We've
don't
looked at
remember.
fences before. This isn't quite, in my mind, it's removable. It's not hurting the fabric of what we're doing here.
Yeah,
You're not gonna touch, it's not gonna touch the house, right?
No,
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't going to be PVC or something.
it
Yeah,
is not.
I don't think
No.
you would do that.
No.
yeah. And it's actually, it's gonna be diminutive compared to what that's shown, so I think that.
Yes, yeah.
I don't have a problem with it unless anyone else, does anyone else have
No.
an issue? Okay.
I'd like to
so
ask about the walkway then too, where that,
Where is that? Yeah.
So that
Is-
is the proposed layout for both the patio, the walkway from the side entrance of the home back to the garage. So there's a sidewalk on that north side of the house that comes out the side door that we just talked about
Okay,
replacing. So that sidewalk going back to the garage, and then from the public sidewalk to the front door.
and the public sidewalk to the front door is really the only thing that we'd have anything to
Exactly.
say about, I think. And that's the pattern what are the materials in there? It looks like there's a brick and then
So
there's,
it's basically a unilock.
okay,
The center, the white portion of it is a landscaping stone.
okay.
I have that material in my car if you'd like to see it. It's quite heavy though.
I was gonna say, save it back, you know.
And
so I have a question, David. When down on South James Street, that house that they wanted to put the blue stone from the house to the street, that was pre-approved by, I guess, the building department. Is that the same issue here, or why is this approvable by us now and that one wasn't?
I'm not sure which one we're talking about on James Street.
It was, no, not James, did I say James?
It was in
Excuse me, I meant
River.
South
River.
River.
South
Excuse me.
River, yeah.
South River, so
I think-
the patio and the driveway were already approved administratively, correct?
I think the patio, we actually talked about.
We talked about the patio, but the walkway from the patio to, there's no sidewalk there.
Yeah, they were
To the
presenting
front
us like
door.
a
Yeah, I
rendering
think in our
and they're,
review matrix, the the sidewalk was administrative review, but raised patios were not, and that's why we brought that patio to the commission.
Okay.
So this is kind of the same situation, right? I mean,
So, but a new at-grade patio or sidewalk would be an administrative review.
But it's not in this case.
I think it is in this case as well.
I think that the struggle we have with this project, there's so many different components.
Yeah.
We thought, let's just
Show
present
it
the
all.
entire package to the
Mhm.
HBC so you could see how they
Right.
relate to
Okay.
each other, and then try to itemize which items were administrative review, exempt, or subject to the commission's review. So I realized, as we're sitting here, that might have generated more confusion.
Emily did ask me to provide images of how the patio would look and the sidewalks.
So,
But she also indicated it wasn't something that I would have to present for approval. She would just submit it for the permit processing.
So currently, the walkway is just a normal cement
Correct.
sidewalk.
So, yeah, I'm looking at the matrix right now. It says, walkways, expansion or modifications, their administrative review.
So are you going to approve that, or are you going
I already did, I think.
Oh,
already
it's
did?
already been approved.
Permits already been
Yeah.
issued.
to?
Okay,
We
you
don't
think
need
the
to talk
patio
about this.
and the walkway were approved together, basically?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
okay, so,
Again, I think for the applicant's sake too, rather than break it out into 12 different permits, at a certain point, we said, well, why don't we just submit one permit, and then we'll try to itemize out what the HBC reviews.
Okay. And where do the lights go?
So those are proposed lights. The one on your left would be proposed facade lights for the garage. There is a two-car existing garage.
Okay.
And then the hanging light would be for the front patio or porch,
The open, yeah,
the open porch.
yeah. The ones on the garage, we wouldn't have anything to say about, that's not in our purview, but the one, the hanging one, what's your, does anyone have any opinion about that? Is there a light there now?
No.
Okay. It's still not,
is it like something wall mounted?
no, it's a
Oh, it's
pendant.
because there was no, gotcha.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was,
yeah, so you
it-
need something.
it's,
It was interior space.
Yeah, exactly, you need something where there was nothing before.
yeah, and it's a pendant light fixture,
Yeah, I mean, it's exterior,
it's exterior, it's,
it's a little industrial looking, but I don't know, I don't,
it's, in my mind, it's not hurting the fabric of what is that area.
Right.
It can be changed.
yeah, I agree, I don't really
Do we
recall
look-
ever considering
Light
decorative
fixtures?
lighting.
And I don't know if it would be visible from the street. The front porch, the peak of the interior of that roof line is now 12 feet.
Oh,
So
Oh,
the
so
light
it's
fixture
not
would
really
probably
up
not
in
hang
there.
below the front soffit.
yeah, that'll be up in there. Okay,
Okay,
next.
yeah, I think we move on from there.
Well, then we go back to the roof
Okay.
replacement.
Let's go back to that slide.
But thank you for the historical information about Frank Lloyd Wright
You're welcome.
homes, and I did not know that, about the roofs.
I think if I were already looking at a metal roof and we were looking to replace a metal roof, be like, that's great, especially if it were a historic metal roof. I feel like it's an introduction of something that's an unnecessary introduction. That's where I'm living right now.
Yeah.
So you feel like it's not appropriate?
I
to
don't.
have the
I
metal
don't. I
roof?
feel like it's going to change the character of the house. I feel like it's going to, again, introduce a material that is almost historically irrelevant on a home that we're trying to maintain historic relevance.
And it
So,
goes, oh, I'm sorry. Go
How
ahead,
do you
Joe.
feel about not using a metal roof?
We'll proceed forward with the renovations regardless of whether we're told we can do a metal roof or if we have to do the asphalt shingles on both roofs. it's a request that we're presenting, but I also, in presenting it, recognized it's different than what was already there.
Yeah.
I've presented you my best argument as to why it may be appropriate, and it's up to you to make that decision. If you decide that we should use a metal roof, we're okay with that.
And
We'll proceed forward.
I knew it when you were presenting it, John, because when you were saying it, I'm like, he's trying to sell this. Yeah, I know, it's something that you want. I just personally, and it's not even in my opinion of an opinion, but I do feel like it's kind of historically a miss.
And I think it goes against the design guidelines too.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
require
that's-
replacement in kind of
Right.
roofs, of a roof.
Right.
Which, you know, I personally would be kind of reluctant to, you know, contradict that and set that precedent.
Right.
Is that front patio original to the rest of the house, or was that added on later?
I'm sorry?
Do we know if that front patio is part of the original structure, or was that added on later on?
I believe that's original.
Okay.
Is that roof line, that is the typical prairie style roof line, where you have that very horizontal appearance.
If that metal roof was on the rear addition, that would be a different story, in my mind.
Yeah.
Why it's still visible from the road.
Just because it's an addition and it's in the back of the house and it's not really, you know, removing any historical
Right.
design material or feature.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
It wouldn't be
it would be
appropriate, though. We have
appropriate there.
plenty of.
Right, no, I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
suggesting you do that,
No,
but I'm
no,
just
I
saying,
think-
you know, I'm not like saying no to metal roofs anywhere. They have their place and, you know,
yeah. What
There's
what is the slope on that roof right now?
On the lower portion,
Yeah. Is it low,
it's a very low slope,
less than 3 and 12?
yes.
Yeah.
So just so you know where we are coming from, we have our SOI standards. So there's one standard, which is standard number 3, that doing the metal roof doesn't meet that standard. And then our design guidelines, it doesn't meet the maintain original roof form and features. So that's what we're debating about.
And I understand it. I've read through the standards. That's
think-
why I
think
argued
the
it's,
original roof would be not been asphalt to start with, though. That's the problem I have with that standard. Like, it's been an asphalt roof for 40 years, but I don't know what it was before that. I doubt it was a metal roof, but you know,
You think it might have been?
I don't think it was, but I don't know what.
yeah, we wouldn't
material-
have any basis for, I don't think.
I wouldn't have had any
saying that
basis saying that
could
it
have
was.
been.
But I think it's a bit of an argument to say that it's in-kind replacement because we don't really know what was there before they put asphalt on it, unless they, I don't know when asphalt shingles came in, this house was built before 1923, because that's the first Sanborn map that we have on this.
1916 apparently is when it was built.
Yeah. So,
All right, Paul, what are we gonna do?
I don't know. I think I get that it's been an asphalt ring shingle for probably more than 50 years, so.
I think it's logical to say that if we're going on the upper portion, the second story on that roof, if we're approving something that's this asphalt shingle roof, that it would make sense to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And keep it kind of visually consistent.
Okay.
And that would, in my thoughts are that that would be what would keep it looking
The same character.
historic as it does now.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with everything else
Yep.
except the metal roof, I think.
okay.
Okay.
So if
Do I
you're
amend
okay
my
with.
request?
So
Pardon
I
me?
think we can.
Do I
we
amend
can-
my request?
We can amend
We can actually just state in the,
Yeah.
Approved with the asphalt
approve
shingles.
with the caveat that it, instead of the metal roof, we'd be doing an asphalt roof.
Yeah, exactly.
Or-
And we would be okay with that.
We're saving you some money.
So
I have to
can
go
put-
home to my wife.
You're still gonna put down ice and water shield over the whole thing, I hope, because that is just not what, yeah.
So I can put together a
Unless anyone's
motion.
got anything else to say about this, I think we've got everything
If we-
covered.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
don't
do.
want-
I highlighted it and documented it, so we're
Okay.
good. Go ahead, Lisa,
Go
you're
ahead,
good at
Lisa, you
this.
can,
Okay, so I move to approve the application for exterior rehabilitation and rear porch enclosure with the exception, well, with what? With the change that the porch roof material will be a asphalt shingle to match the second story material at 127 South Second Street.
Could I,
The-
sorry, could I add something? I know he mentioned two things that are different from the drawings, and just so
Oh,
it's easier for me
and,
when we,
yeah.
when we write this, approval. So something about the fence height. There was a
42 inches.
42 inches on which side was that?
That
What was
would
it
be
here?
All around.
on
All
the
around.
north and on the
west
west side.
side.
Okay, 42.
Are these things I'm saying in my motion?
I think so, because they deviate from what we,
Okay.
What's in the drawing?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I would be, so I move to approve the application for exterior rehabilitation and rear porch enclosure, modifying the first, the porch roof material to be the asphalt shingles, to modify the fence height to be 42 inches? And is there anything else I need to add?
And then the front, the porch mullions,
Oh, and to modify the front porch window mullions to have two vertical divides.
I think
Just real, is it 42 inches fence, front and side? 'Cause it's-
Yes.
Okay.
you were saying that.
At 127 South Second Street.
there was one more that I thought. Sorry to do it. But the new windows in the addition
Yeah.
were not shown correctly. Either those would be 8/1 instead of the grid pattern that's shown.
Do you want to start from scratch, or do you want to just amend
No, I'm
it?
just gonna amend it. And also to modify that the new windows at the addition will mirror the design of the existing windows. Anyone else? At 127 South Second Street.
I second.
Okay, call the roll.
Zelmer,
Aye.
Tobler,
Aye.
Jensen,
I,
McManus,
Aye.
Phillips,
Aye.
Reby.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
That's all. You-
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. When do you think you'll be done? If it took you 8 months to do the castle, you should be done in about a week or two, right?
Yeah, probably April.
April?
Weather, cooperates.
Are you doing a lot on the inside too then?
As soon as we obtain the permits, the entire inside is being fully gutted and redone. All new floors, electrical, plumbing, fixtures,
Cool.
completely done.
Who's
You're all
living there?
welcome to stop by anytime.
Are you
Very
living
good.
there?
No, we won't be living there. So I've done 5 historic properties. So 4 in St. Charles, 1 in Wayne. I've also done a commercial space here in Geneva in the past. So take a lot of pride in it.
Yeah.
So thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good
Thanks.
luck. Okay, next on our agenda is the Secretary's report.
all right, so there were 9 permits administratively approved for signs, landscape, and non-conforming properties. Welcome to our new commissioner here.
hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Is it Mike Reed?
Yeah, Reby.
Reedy, okay, great, Mike Reedy, remember that, thank you. David, would you mind speaking on this one?
Sure, yeah, the court case for 40 State Street on the code enforcement. The hearing was held on September 4th, but there was no ruling made. We are expecting a ruling on October 2nd, so stay tuned. We'll provide an update after that.
Was it a long hearing, or was it just?
I think within an hour. Wasn't too bad.
Then Emily wanted me just to have you guys brainstorm here about preferred days and times for a window workshop. If anybody has ideas.
Can we talk about doing it on a Saturday by any chance, or is that out of the question?
Dave, what do you think?
I mean, I think it's in the realm of possibilities, yeah.
Okay.
It almost seems like it would need to be a Saturday or maybe an evening time
Yeah.
too, if we
Yeah.
wanted people from the, depending on the audience that we were looking at, to attend.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we want to be able to encourage people that might have windows that they want to rehab to be able to attend, so Saturday would be a preferable time for that, I think.
Would it be we could do it at the library, right? Or could you get that space, or is that something that you could do here?
I think we'll look for, there's a lot of meeting spaces we have kind of marked as potential locations. And we'll, depending on the availability, let's go with that. When are we thinking, I mean, are there Saturdays that we know don't work for any of us?
Well, are we
Probably just-
looking at soon, like relatively soon, like fall, winter? I mean, like,
I think in the next few months
Yeah,
would be
I-
great. Kind of
just-
when have a little bit of a downtime with permitting and
Yeah, no October, please, if we're talking Saturday.
And no, not the 2nd or the 1st of November.
Right.
So that really,
I would just maybe encourage you to email Emily any dates
Yeah, I
that do
think- I
not
think
work
I'll
for
just-
you
yeah,
over the
that
next
makes
few
more sense.
months, and then we
Any
can try to figure out the
footballing or
best
something?
availability.
You know, the month of October is just claimed. My son's in lacrosse, and there's just a lot going
oh,
on.
you're lacrossing now.
Yeah.
um,
I'm
That
out of
are
town a
raking
lot.
leaves, right?
and also another, I had let Emily know that another location, if the library does not work, the Geneva History Museum also has
Ooh.
a relatively large room that they also use for meetings and other things. And I did talk to Terry Emma about it, and that's a possibility as well.
I mean, when's the big window replacement time of year? Does it get a lot of permit requests in the spring, or,
And
Always.
most permits generally are,
yeah?
this year's been a little odd that way. I think we kind of had a lull in the summertime and picked up here in the fall. But yeah, generally it's the springtime.
So I think December's probably out for most of
Yeah,
it. I mean, that would not
think-
work.
I think you would want to go either, if we're, it sounds like it's going to be, November is probably a really bad time too.
Yeah.
Because it really starts.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking maybe early next year,
Yeah.
before people are like, you know.
When they're experiencing the cold.
Well,
Not-
yeah, right, exactly.
Right.
That's-
I need new windows.
Yeah.
I need new windows, it's really
Perfect.
drafty in here.
I'm not talking to you, Siri.
Have we done these in the past, or is this the first one?
This is like the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are we thinking like a couple-hour workshop where we bring in, open up to the community, or just?
That's the intent, is a couple, we're going to try to bring in people that have done the work. we know of a couple, Mike Miller, I don't know that you're familiar with him or not, Michael Miller. He's done some renovation of buildings, windows around here, and has some really good stories and visual aids to show, like Anderson windows that are 20 years old that are falling apart compared to a new window that is 100 years old that can be refurbished.
Sure.
That sort of thing. And Emily has people she's talked to that have talking about coming in too, correct?
Yeah, she's been reaching out and trying to find out, put together a potential program, so.
Yeah, it's a,
I know she's at the conference this week, which is why she's not here tonight, talking about networking and trying to find other people that might be interested too. So.
So something like February, is that like a?
yeah, February would probably be,
Sounds good.
February, March.
Okay,
not the Super Bowl.
get through the holidays and then go from there.
Okay.
February's a good month. I feel like nothing happens in February.
Right.
That's right.
All the football's over, everything.
I know, it's so
Nothing on the
sad.
weekends.
Middle of winter.
Yeah.
Great time for a window workshop.
It's super cold outside.
Right.
Okay, the next, any questions from commissioners or comment, new business from the commission?
Have we heard anything about, I mean, obviously they're demolishing everything up at the bottling plant. We still have not heard anything about, from SHPO about the mitigation issues associated with that. Have you?
Well, we got their approval before we released the demo permit.
Oh.
So.
So there were, like Jewel and I think two other people were to be involved in, I don't know exactly what, but decisions regarding what mitigation would be required for that
Okay.
property.
Well-
And we've never heard anything from the state.
Or the other two people haven't either, because they
No.
reached out to me. I can send you
Okay.
the email.
I can send you the letter that
Yeah.
the SHPO gave us, but
Well, it's over and done with now.
yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
I know they required additional documentation of the existing structures before they were demolished,
okay.
and that was provided. And then they released the letter.
It was sad to see all that stuff going
Yeah. When that Lencioni house went down, ugh.
on. That was sad. I was walking by and one of the guys that worked there, he was walking into the Lencioni home and the front door was open and I could see the beautiful banister that led upstairs, and I was so tempted to say, hey, I've always wanted to see the inside of that house, will you let me in? But knowing full well he was gonna say no, so I didn't even bother, but I got to see the inside and, oh man, that banister was in mint condition, it was beautiful.
Go in there and just rip it out.
Yeah. And then I was walking by another time and I saw these teenagers trying to break into the house. And my husband said, well, you should probably call the police and let them know. I was like, what's the point? They're tearing the house down. I mean, go at it. So I didn't call the police. Hope they had a good time in there.
Yeah.
And the last party in that house.
The last part.
The last party in the, okay.
That Little Owl property, what's the address on that one?
101
101.
State.
That's open. I hope there isn't a rainstorm coming out of the south anytime soon.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's, it's open to the weather. So hope they get those windows in soon.
Huh.
Anything else from the commission? Anything from the public?
No,
Public?
thank
Good.
you for having, let me sit in. Nice to watch you all.
Thank
Well,
you.
thanks for coming.
Thank you. If that's it, if I could get a motion to adjourn
Motion to adjourn.
and second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? We're out.